He has a phone call.
Hello. I'm out right now. Hi.
Hi.
We're back from China, and I guess we should film a video. What did you think about China? How was it so far?
Not as bad as I thought. But then we were with a tour, so I think if I went by myself or anything, we wouldn't have made it back alive. If we actually went to China by ourselves, we'd be like carrying maps and like all look touristy with our Canadian flags, and yeah, I think we'll be a much bigger target if we're alone. So, I mean, the first experience of China in the tour, not bad.
Not bad.
But not like great.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. This time was a bit more stressful though.
Because he has a burden, apparently.
Baggage. It was rough. I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know Mandarin.
I always thought I was pretty good at Mandarin. Just from like all the
Did you used to say?
TV shows I
What
watched.
did you used to say? Oh, you're not good at Mandarin at all. You have an accent.
My pronunciation is better. But then he actually understood much more Chinese than me.
Bam!
So.
Prove you right.
So I made him talk.
I'm
all
the
time.
Mando. Right when we got off the plane, what I noticed was when you get to a new city, you always look around, right? All you kept staring at was the road. She only looked like in front at the crazy traffic, and then I'm like, hey, look, it's the old Forbidden City, or like, look, that temple is like 1,000 years old, and she's just like, oh my god, that car is cutting into the lanes.
I'm really aware of traffic stuff, and all I have to compliment on is their traffic situations in China, which I will say right now, China traffic is horrible. Don't even bother trying to get a car. Even if you're rich, there's no point because you're just gonna be stuck in traffic. If you have money in China, might as well just get a plane.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's smart, right? How I describe China traffic is that their traffic is like here in Canada, our traffic when there's a car accident. But they have a car accident traffic every single day.
How about the tour? Speaking of the tour,
Which one?
like our tour, the Beijing one. How did you think of that?
The food sucked. If I didn't mind starving to death, I wouldn't have eaten it. The tourist attraction stuff was pretty good. Our tour guide was very friendly, very nice. The tour in Shanghai is another story. I mean, the food was better. We actually had a tour bus. Tourist attraction? What tourist attraction?
There were tourist attractions. It's just we skipped through a lot of them.
Like, we went to 20 minutes to tourist attraction, which was not that great. It was like, oh, this bridge was built, blah blah. So it's like a normal bridge. I have 2 bridges here in Vancouver, so screw the bridges.
I actually I felt cheated at Westlake because it's like historically the most beautiful lake in China. And there's a lot of historical temples surrounding that, and there's a lot of like romantic stories that came from that, and we never got to see any of those sites. We just stood on a tower, looked down on the lake, and then the tour guide pointed at like, oh, there's the story of this.
This would have like you can't see it now, but like
this is where
that's where
happened.
it would have been. The tourist attraction sites were not appealing to me. They only brought us there for like maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Afterwards, they would bring us to shopping places where they would leave us there for like an hour to an hour and a half just so we could spend our money. Overall, I kind of enjoyed the Beijing one more.
Yeah, overall, I like the Beijing one more too. Oh my god, the earmuff story. In depth. 1 month before we leave for China, I buy these earmuffs. I give it to her. I'm like, do you want these earmuffs? They're to keep your ears warm. And then she looks at them. She doesn't even try them on. She looks at them and she's like, nah, it's not for me. I don't like it. It's not my style. I'm like, okay, fine. Then I'll wear them. I never got to actually wear them in China. Did you know that? When we got to the hotel at night, and then we went out to look for food. Like we went to look for a dinner place, and it was cold. So I'm like, here, wear my earmuffs. And then she's like, ah. And then she like never gave them back since.
Okay, like, he's talking about, this is like his perspective, and he kind of twisted it. He's like not saying a lot of stuff. I've been trying to give it back to him. Like,
am I muffling
your words? It's not in video, but like, I'm like, no, have it back. Like, I don't need it right now. Like, my ears are fine because his ears are like red, yeah, bleeding. And then he's like, no, it's okay. He forces me to not give it back. Like,
that's your perspective.
I actually tried giving it back, okay?
Try as in like...
And he's like, no, take it. And then like in the video, he's like, yeah, she didn't give it back. I'm like, what? He didn't let me give it back, okay?
That's because I was
he's trying to be a man.
That's because I was like...
And he's like crying like a girl in the video and blaming me.
That's because I was like, here, you're like, oh, have it back, your ears all red. I'm like, no, and then you're like, okay.
No, I tried harder than that, guys.
Afterwards, after I pointed it out, we're not friends anymore.
It's not technically my fault.
Guangzhou. How did you like Guangzhou? We went south. That's a southern province, really close to Hong Kong. Like an hour away from Hong Kong, but then That was when we were in Guangzhou. We weren't on a tour anymore, so we were by ourselves. And I've been there a few times, so I knew where I was going.
His definition of I know where I'm going is like we're going down one street. He's like, oh, I know where we are, and then like 10 streets down, he's like, okay, now I know where we are.
Every street looked the same. Okay.
When his relatives were like, oh, do you know where to go? Like you have to, and he's like, no, I know where I'm going. Like I know where it is. Just down there, and turn right, and then like we spent like an hour like. Where are we?
We got to a place, didn't we? How was the shopping?
Oh my god. Everything's super freaking cheap. Super duper cheap. There's this place called Soha Gaogai. It's super packed, but super cheap.
That was my first time realizing that she actually had to stand there and look at clothes. I was able to like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that.
I have to like...
Yeah,
right,
but you just like,
right.
You quickly glance and then you look, oh, I like that shirt. Or like, ooh, I like that belt. And then you just continue going. She has to like stop at each individual store and just like look for like maybe like a minute and then continue going.
It's really cheap because how much was it? Like a sweater or even jeans is like
$5.
They would say a price for you, like maybe $80.
$10
for like pants and sweaters, which is already pretty decent price. But that price is actually like a super duper high price for them, and they expect you to like talk it down.
Cut it in half first. You're supposed to haggle. Cut it down in half first. So like 80, then you say 40.
And they're like, no, I'll give you 60, and then you're like, no,
and then
like
you pretend to walk off.
I was like, oh, we're not interested, and then okay, 40. What is that? Like less than $10?
$5.
Yeah.
$5.
Isn't that cheap? I regret not buying more because that was actually my first place to go shopping.
Asia.
Because afterwards I'm going to Hong Kong and Taiwan and Japan, so I was like, I can't stuff all my clothes like. Stuff like just buy everything from one place. There's opportunities to buy in other places, right? I went to Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Japan. They're all super expensive. Something interesting I saw in Guangzhou that Jeffrey pointed out to me is that each different sections of the street sold like different types of things. Like this whole section of the street sold like wood stuff, wood sculptures or whatever. This section of the street sold all like pearls or whatever. For them, their business is like super major competitive, but for us consumers, it's like, oh yeah, just one place. We don't have to like go there just for like to see if the prices are right or whatever.
How about the food? What do you think about the food?
Well, obviously it's much better than the tour.
Of course. Oh. Southern people are good for making food.
BBQ squab.
My coworker calls it deep fried baby pigeon.
It's pretty much like a pigeon. Beef, so good. And then Jeffrey said if it's whole, it like all the juices. Retains all the juices. So we tried. We ate two or three.
Yeah.
Not on the same day though. One thing that if I have to praise about Guangzhou is definitely their pigeon squab.
The roasted stuff was pretty good in general. My favorite memory was sitting outside dim summing.
Yeah, that was nice.
It wasn't the best dim sum. The dim sum kind of sucked, but like it was the ambiance was good. We were sitting out in a garden. And then, like, in a park, and then we... You guys should have seen this by now. Oh, right. No. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
There's opera in the background. Hong Kong. When we were going to Hong Kong... Again, you already started laughing. We were going through security on the train. We took the train. Throughout the whole trip, I always tell her to stand in front of me so I could, like, watch after her so she doesn't get pickpocketed or, like she doesn't get stuck behind something and I'm just in front walking off. At the train station, we had to go through security and we had to put down our bags, take off our coats, and put our luggage through this security conveyor belt security check X-ray thing. She puts all her stuff in there. I tell her to go first, so she walks out first. I follow next really quickly, and then I notice she just walks off. With, like, she puts on her coat and then she like walks off.
No, I took one piece of luggage.
One piece of luggage.
But then I had two pieces of luggage.
And that piece was her handbag with all her cameras and passports and all that crap. My first impression was, this bitch wants me to carry her shit for her. Like, I was like, what the fuck? This bitch. And I look at her and she turns around and she smiles, gives me that dumbass smile. And I'm like...
What?
Literally, she forgot her luggage. Like, maybe like 2 seconds after she put it down. Oh my god.
That's why we have to always go in pairs when we travel, you know?
I think I would have been fine if I went by myself.
Whatever. Thanks.
You're welcome.
When we went to Hong Kong, we're technically splitting apart. And it's kind of bye-bye for us until I come back to Vancouver. Before he left me, he was like, okay, job done. That makes me feel bad.
It made me feel great. I was like, bye. I had fun. I went clubbing.
He literally went to
The club.
the club place, called me and be like, "Where you at? Come to club. I'm at the club."
And I was drunk by then. I was
Yeah,
so
he's already drunk,
I was
and
so
then like
drunk.
what? And he's like leaving in an hour or so. Can't you just tell me earlier so I can plan it? After our tour videos, our vlogs, I'm gonna continue uploading videos of my own
Your
own
trip?
trips, like in Taiwan and Japan, and
Because I got ditched.
Just yeah, in Hong Kong. It's gonna be without Jeffrey, so it's gonna be much better quality and much better in content. And aside from those vlog videos, just by myself, I'm also gonna be uploading videos weekly on Thursdays with Jeffrey and I. We're gonna keep filming stuff like these. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas on what you want us to film together, we'll probably take your suggestions and like see what we can do with every week. Give us a comment or email us.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
Hit us up. Call us.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the little long recap of our trip. Next week we'll probably have something new.
Back to
for
being
you guys.
silly and stupid.
Yeah, back to being silly and stupid. We were really tired vlogging for our trip, so
If you noticed by Shanghai, we were already like dead.
hey, we're here. Okay, bye.
Yeah, where she's gone.
The other tour guys are much better. Angela is just crazy.
Just
After
something.
1 hour of hearing her talk in the bus, I'm just like, okay, I'm annoyed. I'm sick of her already. Too much talking. She was a teacher. She was a lecturer. I can tell. I can really tell.
She lectured us for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Straight.
On the bus, she had a microphone, and then we got off the bus. I'm like, yes! And then she like takes
out
a
her
portable microphone out of her pocket and have this flag. Okay, everybody, follow Angela. When someone talked, when someone else was talking, she comes up to them and be like,
She made them shut up.
yeah. I was like, it wasn't me, by the way.
That's ass.
You should thought I was a dude. A lot of people thought I was a dude.
Oh, what about the washrooms?
Oh,
Whatever.
the washrooms. I had to live with going. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about this topic. I don't want to talk about the washroom topic, guys. Slender Man.
Slender. He's right there. He's right there. He's right behind us.